YouTube was in. What is your boy Zell? I'm back with another one. In this video, we got massive news. Jaron boots Ennis versus Conor Benn in negotiations. Conor Benn tells Boots he better not duck. Let's get it.
Wow. Wow. Big news. Massive news. Huge news. As British superstar welterweight title contender, Conor Benn, the son of a legend, Nigel Benn, is calling out Jaron Boots Ennis, the phenom, as I refer to him as, the IBF welterweight champion. What's good, YouTube? It's your boy, Blue Blood Sports TV, back at y'all with another. So, Conor Benn. Now, we know Conor Benn is the son of a legend, Nigel Benn. He's a superstar in the UK. Conor Benn is undefeated. The issue with Conor Benn is that he tested positive for a banned substance and is suspended across the pond. He doesn't have a license in the UK. UKAD, United Kingdom Anti-Doping Agency, and the BBC, the British Board of Boxing in the UK, across the pond, our brothers and sisters across the pond, they have suspended the legend, Conor Benn, ahead of his massive fight, the biggest fight of Conor Benn's career, when he took on, and was supposed to take on, a family rivalry, a family affair. It was a family affair. His father is a legend, Nigel Benn, who a Hall of Famer. He was supposed to face his father's biggest rival, and Chris Eubanks Sr.'s. Chris Eubanks Sr. is a legend in the UK. That's Nigel Benn's biggest rival. Chris Eubanks' son, Chris Eubanks Jr., and Conor Benn was supposed to fight at a catchweight of 158.
Facts.
Now, Conor Benn is a lifelong welterweight, 147. But this was supposed to be at a catchweight. And Conor Benn, before this fight, many people was questioning, why is Conor Benn going all the way up to 158? And how is he going to do this? Now, Chris Eubanks Jr., that is, he fought as high as 168 pounds. So this was a sacrifice for Chris Eubanks Jr. as well. So Conor Benn, who is now 23 wins, no loss, no draw, 14 wins by way of knockout. He's 27 years of age. He's 5'8" with a 70-inch arm reach. Conor Benn, many people question, how is he going to go up there and how is he going to compete with Chris Eubanks, who's just bigger? Now, we understand the money. It's a money grab. We understand that it's going to be a massive money. We understand that people are going to tune in because it's a continuation of the rivalry he has with his father's biggest rival. But then he tested positive. And Chris Eubanks Sr., he had an issue. He said, there's some funny business going on over there with the Benns. And he wanted Chris Eubanks Jr., his son, to pull out. He said, pull out like you don't want to have it. Right? So
I'm tripping, dog.
Conor Benn tested positive. And then he told the world that he talked to Chris Eubanks Jr., and they squashed it. Then Chris Eubanks was like, no, he's not telling the truth. He's lying. We never had no conversation, and I don't want nothing to do with a cheat. So then Conor Benn resumed his career after being suspended. He still doesn't have a license in the UK. So now Conor Benn, he resumed his career here in the States, as he says that he's on his tour to expand his brand. Well, that's not entirely true, because we know that he has no choice but to fight in the States because he don't have a license in the UK, right? So now he's calling out the phenom. 31 wins, no loss, no draw. 28 wins by way of knockout. 26 years of age. 5'10" with a 74-inch arm reach. Who's having an extremely hard time finding an opponent, right? And that's Jaron Boots Ennis. He's having an extremely hard time. And he's newly crowned IBF, International Boxing Federation, welterweight world champion. After he was the mandatory for Errol the True Spence Jr., but Errol Spence waited for Terrence Bud Crawford. They fought July 29th. Terrence Crawford won the fight, but they had
Facts.
an immediate rematch clause.
Facts.
And Terrence Crawford was stripped of the IBF.
Which is that's some dumb. That's dumb, bro.
Jaron Ennis was elevated. He's the champion. Jaron Ennis can't get Emmanuel Stanionis in the ring. He can't get Keith Thurman in the ring. He can't get Virgil Ortiz in the ring. Terrence Crawford and Errol Spence are moved on, and they're a generation ahead of him. It's said that he could possibly face off against Mario Barrios, who is the WBC interim champion. Okay, now Terrence Crawford still has 3 belts, but that's going to go by the wayside. As we already know, Terrence Crawford has now petitioned to move up to 154 pounds officially. He's the mandatory challenger for the WBO title. He's officially the champion. He's going to move up, and he'll lose the belts, vacate the belts, or be stripped of it. So it is said that Mario Barrios could be elevated to the WBC Super Champion, and then Barrios and Boots Ennis can fight. It's another in-house fight, and it would be a unification bout. Conor Benn is now saying that they're in talks, and that's saying that he wants this fight. This is a fight to be made if you're Jaron Boots Ennis. If you're Jaron Boots Ennis at 26, you don't have any marquee fights. You're just getting out of a legal battle with your now past promotional company and now boxing, who you was with Cameron Duncan, who transitioned. You had a deal with Cameron Duncan, now boxing. Cameron Duncan transitioned this year. He got out his contract with them. He was with Showtime. Showtime got out the business of the sport of boxing after 37 years abruptly, shockingly. This is a marquee fight for Jaron Boots Ennis. It's more so of a marquee fight for Jaron Boots Ennis than Mario Barrios. The Mario Barrios fight is going to be there. If I am Jaron Boots Ennis, you are a network promotional free agent at this current time. Conor Benn is with DAZN and Matchroom. They will overpay to bring Jaron Boots Ennis there. And all they got to do is go there for one fight. Do the same as Devin Haney and father trainer manager CEO of DHP, Devin Haney Promotions, Bill Haney is doing. This is a marquee fight for Jaron Boots Ennis.
Most deaf.
You can go fight Conor Benn. You are going to capture the audience of the United Kingdom, who is boxing first. United States, the sport of boxing is not even top 10 sports. In the UK, boxing is top 2. So you are going to capture that audience, just like the fans fell in love with Gervonta Tank Davis. They fell in love with Terrence Bud Crawford because they traveled over there to the UK. Errol Spence Jr. traveled over to the UK. Terrence Crawford first title opportunity in the UK versus Ricky Burns. Errol Spence first title opportunity in the UK versus
Kell
Brook.
Most deaf.
Gervonta Tank Davis, one of his few, I believe, title opportunities was in the UK against Liam Walsh, or Walsh, if I'm not mistaken. Right? I could be mistaken on the name right now. But in the UK, and look at the superstars they are right now today, because they captured that audience. And if you are Jaron Boots Ennis, this is the opportunity of a lifetime, and you don't even have to go to the UK. He doesn't have to go to the UK. Yes, it was Liam Walsh, and he won a 3rd-round knockout victory in May of 2017. Right? This is an opportunity. Then you can come back in the States. You're fighting another quote-unquote Mexican-American fighter in Mario Barrios. But you can come back. And you don't even have to travel to the UK because Conor Benn can't fight there. What I mean is you can come back as far as the fan bases and fight with predominantly an American fan base. But you fight Conor Benn, the UK fans are going to travel. That's a marquee fight for him. That's a marquee fight for yourself. It's a bigger fight than Mario Barrios. Period.
Facts.
And it's the toughest test of his career. Both guys. It makes sense. And that's all I got for y'all.
Man, comment down below who y'all got winning that fight. If or when it actually happens. Conor Benn or Jaron Boots Ennis, man. I'm not too fond of Conor Benn's game, but I know he got power. He a natural welterweight, so is Boots. Boots kind of big for welterweight. I think Conor Benn kind of big for welterweight. So those two guys are on the same size. But when it comes skill for skill, I think Boots have the edge, and they both have power. So I really would take my hat off to Boots in that fight and to his team for getting in negotiations for a fight of this magnitude. So, man, like, comment, subscribe, share this to somebody who need to hear it. We're on the road to 2K subs. And all my haters, share this to one of your homies who hate me. I love all my haters. Till next time, yo.